Hello, Scorpio. This is your reading for April 2020. I am doing the readings again when the cards and the spirit say it's fun to do or good to do. I'm just not sticking to a rigid upload window during these times because the energy is so intense. Now, when I was pre-shuffling and doing the energetic work on the cards before doing the readings, the Patience card came out, the Temperance card came out, and so I just pulled a little Temperance card from another deck, and I'm just setting it up here for everyone to just kind of look at and think about when they're not thinking about the reading. A little patience goes a long way in these times where we're kind of stuff's out of our control, and we just need to work on us, you know what I'm saying? Right. So without further ado, I'm going to get into your reading here, Sidereal Scorpio. So Sidereal Zodiac is different from Tropical Zodiac, and it is out there on the internet. If you want to get a chart calculated with the Sidereal sign placement, it's going to be different from Tropical or Western Zodiac. There's places, there's a link to a calculator on the About page of my YouTube channel too, so you can go and get that done. And as long as you have your birth date, birthplace, and birth time, you can go figure that out. So come back and watch your rising sign and your moon sign in your sidereal chart. Those are the most accurate places for these kinds of readings, these short-term readings. And if you're really down, watch your Venus and your Mars and your Sun, whatever else you think you want to find out in relation to your chart placement. So without further ado, recent past energies here for Sidereal Scorpio. What could they be? The Cave. So this is kind of like the Hermit card in traditional tarot. You need a place of protection. You need a dark, calm, quiet place. Going in, doing a lot of thinking, a lot of pondering, a lot of just hiding out. There's a lot of hiding out going on for you, the recent past. Kind of maybe staying home, being a little bit of a hermit, being a little avoidant. Kind of examining how you've been living your life up to this point. That's a big thing. There's been a lot of self-examination with all of the events of late. So let's check out some tarot here and get some clarification for our friends Scorpios. I threw some extra cards in the tarot deck, 4 extra cards from the artist that created the traditional tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith, and I just threw them in here as some extra cards to look at, some different art, maybe a different message to come through if it's needed, because these are extraordinary times. Let's just put it that way. So I'm getting a lot of messages about mothers and the divine feminine and divine masculine as well in the readings the last couple of days. So any further information here in the recent past for Sidereal Scorpio and their cave? Queen of Pentacles. I'm not really doing reversals either. Gemini got some reversals, but I don't know why I was just called to do that. I'm not doing reversals for the most part. 9 of Wands. Yeah, there you are. 4 of Swords. Hanging out, laying low, getting some healing, doing some meditating, doing some praying. Again, I was just saying how there's a lot of mother, divine feminine energy, and this Queen of Pentacles doesn't really come across as anything else but the mother of a home, the feminine person in a home, the person that makes a house a home. You know, the person that buys the groceries, that does the laundry, that does the dusting and the vacuuming and the mopping, and really into all that. She has a lot of abundance on her own, and natural abundance is at that. What's sticking out to me in the card actually are the roses around her head here with this rose, this climbing rose. And that will probably be in bloom in most parts of the country by the end of May. And so I'm seeing that maybe you might come out of your cave and come out of your home where you've been kind of being in your home, and with the Nine of Wands, definitely protecting, watching out, keeping an eye out, keeping your guard up. Like you're ready for, like, come at me if it's going to get that way, if it's going to go down. You've been definitely protective of your home, or you've been holed up with somebody that's way more protective of your situation than you are. You've just been keeping the home like normal and quiet in the cave and protective. And this here person's been going off like, wow, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do such and such. And then here with the Four of Swords, of course, and this is a beautiful card in that it is representative of a crypt inside a church, because we have this stained glass window here of somebody kneeling in front of a priest. And the Four of Swords person is taking rest, understanding the pain that he's been through or she's been through, going through it quietly in meditation in their own cave, right? So this is like your home has been a protective place. It's been something that you've really been guarding, as well as maybe other people in your home. Sorry, I really needed a drink of tea. And that's what's been going on for you for the recent past, Scorpio. So what's going on with Scorpio's current energies here with this situation? I just will do a quick hand shuffle. Okay. I've got two cards here. These are great. So again, we have May. Did I say May before? Like the roses in the Queen of Pentacles card, right? So there's these people with the maypole in the sun card, and they're dancing around and happy. And there's going to be some winter wheat is usually harvested by the end of May, and so we've got winter wheat coming out. This is logic, masculine, happiness. A definitely like a divine masculine vibe off this card. And then the wheel, of course, is the way things have always been. Things keep spinning around. There are cycles. It's like we're getting ready to leave the age of Pisces and come into the age of Aquarius. This is also the end of one great year and the beginning of another, which is what happened in 2012, according to the Mayan calendar. Every 27,000 years we start a new great year, which is our sun's excursion around the center of the galaxy. So it's like cycles. Things come and go, people come and go, events come and go, and here we are around at another, holiday in spring where the cycle has come around. So this is what's going on with you. And again, we've got people going around, and Maypole, I think something quite significant is going to happen for you in May, Scorpio. Now, I usually don't pull two of these side cards, these anchor cards, for the overall message for each section of the reading, but the two fell out together, and I was compelled to give you the info on them and keep them together, because there's something about a cycle going around in circles, something about May, I got this something about May for you guys. In Native American wisdom, the wheel is also the cycle of life, where you've got the four segments of the wheel, the north, with the east for the spring and birth and childhood, and the south for youth and adolescence, and the west for middle age, and then the north for like old age and death, and it restarts all over again. And so it's like maybe somebody's life, they're elderly and it's come to the end, and everyone's kind of getting ready for that in May or something. I don't know. Or maybe you're going to have a baby in May. I don't know. Something's happening in May for you, though. So let's see. Let's get some more energy here for our Scorpio, sidereal people. I wanted to say Aquarius or Sagittarius. It was really weird, but I didn't until I told you. Okay, so let's see here. What is our energy? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, another circle. Okay, look, you guys, this is deep right here. We got the Sun. We got the Wheel. We got the Ace of Pentacles. I'm just going to move this like that. It's probably going to knock some stuff over. Okay, that's better. Oh my goodness. Temperance. Angelic protection, patience. This is the first reading. I've had this Temperance card up here for all the other readings I've done. This is the first reading where the Temperance card has actually come out. And the Six of Swords. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Give me a second. The Six of Swords has to do with this wheel message of the wheel turning around with the water, the currents keep coming, time keeps going by, cycles come around, go around, return. It's like in May you're moving on to something brand new. And you've been this Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you're moving into a new home. Maybe you're receiving an inheritance of some kind in May. With the Temperance card here, you've had to be very patient and really guard your thoughts and your actions. But also here, the Temperance card have these iris blooming, so that's happening right now. That is, this is your message for right now. So it's basically saying that your patience has paid off because the spiritual realm, somebody's been protecting you and keeping an eye on you and helping you from the spiritual realm, giving you like downloads of knowledge for this new beginning. And you're getting ready to move into it, and there might be some family people coming with you. Like you might be actually moving. Oh. Okay. Okay, so for right now, this is for you right now. You've been given this divine protection and this divine patience and all this download of knowledge from these higher realms, because you're working in a healthcare field, or you're working in a field where you have to be out working, you can't be home, and your life's really, I mean, get you. It's like the message is getting you mentally and emotionally prepared for what's coming in May. Because the Six of Swords, you're moving on by June. Maybe you might be moving right on. Because there's something about all this that's going on, all this craziness, this generation altering global situation that's happening right now, and you're involved in it, and you have to be out in it. But you're being protected, you're being guarded, you're being given like this amazing gifts for this, like spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and tangible, financial. And things are going to get better in May. Absolutely. I'm feeling like stuff is better in May. Maybe you were sick with this and you're realizing that you're getting better, and then other things are going on around because of all of this, and now you're getting ready to move on and have a better time in June after you get through what's going on in May. Although this is for your right now, for your right now, you need to, there's something about, still the message about May with the maple. Maybe that's the information you have right now. Our things are going to be changing up or moving into a different direction in May, and then in June you'll be moving. Okay, so what is, let's just check that out. Let's just see what a future situation here for the rest of April brings for our sidereal Scorpio friends. I I do wish you good health and protection through this if you have to be out working, if you're in one of these essential worker situations. What's going on here for sidereal Scorpios for the rest of April into May? It looks like there's a heavy expectation of May, something happening in May for them, like a reason to celebrate. Hopefully this is just starts to ease up, right? The head. Scorpios, rest of April. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Now, okay, again, okay. Here's another message of harvesting wheat. You see? Now. The time is now. The sun is shining. The wheat is ready. We're going to harvest the wheat. Sun. This is the right time to be calling the harvest for, or getting the harvest done for something that you put in a lot of work for. Maybe you're getting ready to graduate. That'd be awesome. Maybe that's what you're looking forward to in May. Like there's some graduation. Maybe you were in medical school or nursing school and all of a sudden you're working, not just graduating. Like now, you put in all this work. It's ready to roll. You're ready to roll. Let me just tell you exactly what that means. I believe that's exactly what that is. It's the right time. This is the right time. So the rest of April, we've got the right time for whatever the rest of this message is going to be. So what is the rest of the message here for sidereal Scorpio? What is the rest of the message here for our sidereal Scorpio friends? I like how there's not a lot of cards dropping. I mean, some drop. I mean, your two current energy cards, side cards dropped when I was shuffling, but not for the most part. It's just sort of been like, okay, when I get the nudge to stop shuffling is when your cards are ready. Which is interesting. It's a nice energy. I like it. Okay. What's going to happen with the rest of April here for sidereal Scorpio? Working together with people. Yep. 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Swords. Having to make decisions when you don't have enough information or data and not being sure of what decision you're making, but having to do it anyway. Yep. 5 of Cups. Okay, regrets. Regret. Wishful. I wish I could go back and fix something. Don't feel that way. Okay. So the time, coming up for the rest of April, the time is now is your main message. And the time is now to start working with people and working with them in a way that you create something beautiful and you also create income for yourself. These 3 people are working together. We've got the artisan, we've got the artist that drew the design, and then we've got the person that owns or runs the building, whatever, the administrator. So it's like these people within each 3 of their roles are working to create this one thing, which is beauty and elegance and function. And it seems to me that you feel like sometimes you're an imposter, like I'm getting that with this, is that you feel like, oh no, I'm not, I can't make this decision, I don't have I don't have all the information, I'm not qualified to do that. And then when you go home at night, it makes you feel remorseful and not guilty, but regretful about things you said maybe to people under stress or the decisions you made or whatever. But here, the rest of the month, the time, it's the right time to be working with people and kind of experiencing these experiences that you're having, because it's telling, these other messages about May that are coming up are kind of telling me that this is the May thing is big. You might be moving. You're going to be getting, some sort of new financial or material thing handed to you that's a big deal. So don't worry, don't sweat that stuff. You're gonna, when you walk out of this, and you take this lady's guarding her heart, so she's keeping her emotions in check through this, which is really important. So she's not having a breakdown in front of everybody. So I'm just sort of seeing that, yeah, a lot of people are making decisions without all the information right now. But there's no, this is sort of like it's a whole new situation. We have no choice. We have to, everybody has to do this right now. Yeah, there's going to be some regrets, but there's also going to be hope for the future here if you just turn around and in the next few seconds, like, you're going to see the new hope. You're going to see the new love. You're going to see new things happening. You're going to look back at all the water that went under the bridge, see? And you're going to be okay. Okay. Let's do some angel cards for Sidereal Scorpio. Prioritize. See, okay. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So that will help you with this feeling, right? When you're working with other people and you have this project and a deadline, or you have something that, you have to work with other people on to get an outcome, and you don't know if you're making the right decision, just prioritize your time for what's best in your world and your energy and what you bring to the table, and it will help with this. Okay. Now I'm going to do a new segment here with a general seasonal pull of these art cards. Each stack, I've got 4 stacks here for spring, summer, fall, and winter, and each stack has a few cards in it for an impression I'm going to get for the seasons here throughout winter from now. So I'm going to start with spring. Okay. Okay. Who's being stubborn? Spring. Summer. And winter. And this is just, I usually don't try to read cards any further than a few weeks out, because things change, people's free will, events on the planet, whatever, people's free will. So these are just a general snapshot from events in motion right now, and what they may or may not pan out for you with here through this coming winter that's coming up. So, where's that? Winter. And I kind of see it like that. Like, I could pull spring, summer, fall, winter cards next month for you, and there'd be a different story, because different events would have unfolded, and other people's free will in your life, including your own, would have shifted timelines, right? So here, what's going on here in the spring? Okay. Again, you're working with another person. That's what I saw in the 3 of Pentacles. And also this, your recent past energies where it was the Nine of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Um, so it's like I'm seeing this as you, let's see, yeah, there's protection here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, nine. This could be just another like thing. You're keeping your guard up. You're working closely with this other person, but no one else is kind of, or living with this other person. No one else is really getting in your space, and that's spring. That's what's happening like right now. Summer. Okay, maybe you are going to have a baby. So this is the card for summer. It looks like you're going to get busy working. You're still going to be working, doing whatever it is you need to do. Possibly you may be watching people's kids if they're essential workers. If you've just had a kid yourself and you're going to stay home and mind kids while people are working through this. I see that as a possibility. I also see that in May, like something was happening. Like I said, I also had a vibe that maybe somebody was going to have a baby. Maybe you are, and by this time, some new thing this is going to be in your life, new person, including the person that you made. Or this could be a whole new job opportunity, like you moving on in the Six of Swords card. You moved on, you found this new job, this new work, and it includes, teaching people, teaching other people, being a teacher, showing people how it's done because you've been through stuff. Something like that. I also see that definitely there's a lot of feminine energy in this read, for sure. Okay. Okay. Fall. This is obviously a family card. I feel like there's a part of this that kind of indicates to me Wheel of Fortune, and I can't explain why that is. Like the vibe of Wheel of Fortune. Like you don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get a teenage daughter? Are you going to get twin boys? Here's the divine masculine and the divine feminine back here, sort of staring over at this situation. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good omen. Like, again, if you're teaching somebody or minding people's children that are working on the front lines or taking care of children somehow, maybe you work in a pediatric ward somewhere and it's like more fulfilling because kids aren't really getting sick with this disease right now. And so this is working. This is a thing for you. This is very helpful for you right now. It's like this place you go to feel a lot better. And by fall, it could also be by fall if you move. Like, there was a family vibe I got in that too, that message too. Right? Let me show you this card. So there's a woman and a child here on the boat, and I thought maybe in June you might be moving. I said it might include a family situation. Well, in the fall, in the summer we do have a woman and a child here, and then in the fall we've got a child and two more children, and mom and dad back there. So maybe you're going to go visit family, or maybe you're moving in with family. Kind of things kind of been rough, and everyone has to band together to kind of help each other out with finances and stuff. Come winter, this is your card for winter. So this is the ocean with a giant natural bridge in stone, kind of from a cliff coming out into the ocean. It seems to me that a path will be made clear for you by winter where you need to go. And it could be one of the coasts, like either the East Coast or the West Coast, maybe even the Gulf Coast. I feel like you've been called to a city on a coast. And this way is very clear. It's like there's no denying it. It's in stone. Your path is over to a city on a coast. In some coast, somewhere. Maybe even a lake shore, like maybe Chicago, something like that. That's a big city on a big body of water. Toronto is as well. I could go on. Jacksonville, New York, Boston, Tampa, Pensacola, Houston, Corpus Christi, Los Angeles, San Diego, Portland, Seattle. It's something like that. Like some big city on a body of water is where you're headed. Now, it could, I mean, I'm thinking too, I don't know, this is just the vibe I'm getting right now. It may not be a permanent thing for you, but it is where you're going to go for a while coming up this winter. If these events kind of go along this timeline that's opening right now. All right, Scorpio, that was the longest reading yet. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. And I hope you watch the whole thing. There's a lot to say about what's going on with you. And stay safe. And I will see you next month.